Wendy-ah, 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 ho, 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 hey-ya, hey-ya, ya, 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 Wendy-ah, ho, Wendy-ah, Wendy-ah, ho, 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 hey-ya, hey-ya, ya, ya, ya. We have to lift our hearts, so go and join us on this song. And we introduced it into the Birdie Society of Dowsers, and it raised vibration. So what we're doing is singing our song, Every Little Cell in My Body is Happy. So we start by singing, every little cell in my body is happy. Every little cell in my body is well. I am so happy, I can tell. Every little cell in my body is well. Clap. Every little cell in my body is happy. Every little cell in my body is well. I am so happy, I can tell.
Every little cell in my body is well.
One more time. Stick with me, okay? Every little cell in my body is happy. Every little cell in my body is well. I am so happy, I can tell. Every little cell in my body is well. Miigwech and Buju and Yin. I am Wendigo, and closing this ASD convention, after many, many years of closings and being lifetime members, Turtle Mother, my wife, Fran, and myself, Wendigo. And we have traveled the different countries of the world, promoting the gift of dowsing and the gift of healing. And we ask now that you come and join us for this closing. And we ask that every little closing has a short story, because I am a traditional shamanic teacher. So there was this young couple that bought a house. And so they were so happy to just have a home of their own and a roof over their head. And they had no furniture, they couldn't afford any, but they had a coffee machine and they set it up in their new home, sat on the floor and had coffee the first morning. And then she went to the window and looked out the kitchen window, and she looked over at her neighbors, and the neighbor woman was putting out her laundry and it was all gray. And she said to her husband, "Oh my goodness, look at her laundry. It's so dark and gray. Do you think I should tell her about my detergent, because it would be much whiter?" And her husband said, "No, please don't do that, because you might insult them. And we wouldn't want to have that happen." So the next morning, the same thing happens. So all of a sudden, she goes to the window, she looks out and says, "Oh my goodness." And her husband says, I know. And so he said, "But don't say anything." And sometimes it's hard for us not to say what we want to say. And sometimes it's important that we learn to keep our mouths shut and just zip it, you see? So anyway, what happened was the following morning, this is the third day now, the following morning, she goes to the window and she says, "Oh my goodness, OMG." And he says, "What?" And she said, "She must have changed her detergent. Look at her clothes, they're so white." And so the husband looked out the window and he said, "You know, maybe it was because I washed our windows this morning early." So sometimes what we do is we need our our windows washed. I just recently had my both eyes cataracts removed from them so that I'm able to see. I was clinically blind in the one eye. And so now I've got 20/20 vision. So I have my Eagle Vision, and Fran, Turtle Mother, she has far off and close up. So she sees truly with Eagle Vision. And so together we have made this journey for many, many years. And I think that take the story with you and check and see how important it is that we keep our eyes, we keep our windows clean, so that, remember, whatever we see can change our lives. So what we're doing here today is we're celebrating the closing of another phenomenal ASD convention. And I asked that it would be improper to have a closing without a prayer. We've had our short story, and hopefully you'll take it with you, and you'll remember to keep your windows clean before you make any judgments. And then secondly, it's remember, every little cell in our body is happy, and keep it happy, keep it in the high vibrations, because we can spiral downward into the lower octaves. So high into the higher octaves of enlightenment. So now I'm going to ask that we place our hand on our hearts. Good. And now I'm going to ask that we just bow our heads like you're falling asleep. And you may fall asleep, you may feel like you're tired. And I want to use this opportunity in thanking all of the volunteer staff, all of the staff who've worked so hard to make this, and to all of the speakers, and how Spirit has moved and blessed you. And I really want to pay attention to our ancestors, who, this is the ancestral chair. And we think of all those that have been here over the years, Tippy, Renee, Lincoln, and so many, many others. And we want them to come and join us here today. And they are with us in spirit. And I just want to take my aura meter and see where the ancestors are. Here. So we are gathered here in the presence of the ancestors. And so we are honored to have their presence, and they have been granted permission to descend the great spiral staircase of life, unfolding, unraveling the mysteries that are so critically important to our lives at this time. Now, I'm just going to, before we do the prayer, we'll do the prayer first, and then we'll close with the smudge. So now I want you to bow your heads again and just allow yourself to let go. And this is all about the journey of surrender. It's letting go of the hurts, letting go of whatever it is that keeps you. Jesse and Alicia. And we ask Creator that you keep us constantly in your care and keeping, and in your watchful eyes. And it's said that energy follows thought. So think good thoughts. And as we come to Creator now, we bow our heads in shame for the way that we have behaved as the Creator's children. And we think of those of our ancestors who joined us, the four-leggeds of the forest, to the feathered children of the sky, and the water children of the great waters. For they too love their babies, and they too grieve at the loss of their loved ones. They too have souls, and they too are part of the circle of life. And then we think of the two-leggeds. Oh my goodness. The two-leggeds have created more atrocities throughout the world than any other form of life. And so we ask that Creator forgive us. So with our hands on our hearts, I want you to repeat with me. Forgive me.
Forgive me.
Forgive me. Forgive me. And now I want you to repeat after me. For all those that I have harmed in this lifetime.
For all of those that I have harmed in this lifetime.
By thought, by word, or by deed.
By thought, by word, or by deed.
Forgive me.
Forgive me.
Forgive me.
Forgive me.
And forgive me.
And forgive me.
And for all those that have harmed me in this lifetime.
And for all those that have harmed me in this lifetime.
By thought, by word, or by deed.
By thought, by word, or by deed.
I forgive you.
I forgive you.
I bless you.
I bless
I release you.
you.
I let you go.
We have no sound.
No sound. Sound is gone.
You have no sound?
It's
Hello?
back now. It's back now.
Now you're found.
Back. It's back.
Okay. So what didn't you get? Did you get the prayer?
The tail
Did you
end
get
of
the prayer?
the tail end of the prayer was quiet.
Okay. So let's go back to the prayer and end by saying, for all those that have harmed me in this lifetime, by thought, by word, or by deed, in this lifetime, in any past lifetime, or in any future lifetime, I forgive you. I bless you. I release you. I let you go. Go in peace and make rich. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And now we've lit the sacred smudge, and you might be able to see the smoke. I'm sending it to you. You might even smell it. And what I got here is sage and the sweet grass, which is the prayer braid, and the drum. So what we're going to do is ask that the ancestors join us in this sacred ceremony. And as we raise this shell that holds the sacred herbs, holds the four elements, the water as the shell comes from the ocean, the fire that lights the sacred smudge, and finally the water. And we ask Creator that you would continue to bless these, each child, continue to bless this sacred star and all its inhabitants, and forgive us for the way that we have behaved. Help us, Creator, to be better human beings, to be better guests on this sacred star called Mother Earth. And now, my children, it is time to say that it is time to bring this convention to a closing, and to remember that all of those who are not with us but are with us in spirit, those that would love to be with us but for whatever reason are unable to, we want to ask for healing. We want to ask for an uplifting of spirit. And as people leave and go to their separate places, we ask that you take the prayers with you in your heart. And there are two types of people, two types. in Native teachings. One is a head talker, and the others are heart walkers. And unless the head has made the journey to the heart, the head talkers can create chaos wherever they go. And it's said that they follow the lines. So wherever there's a line and the head talker, there's bound to be earthquakes, fault lines, because they find fault with everything. And then there's the heart. So if you take heart, H-E-A-R-T, and take the H off of heart and put it on the end, you have earth. So what we have is a healing of the heart and a healing of the earth. And I ask for you and everyone here to be constant in gratitude and thankfulness as we leave this convention with happy thoughts and high into the higher octaves of enlightenment. And now I officially, as an elder and as White Eagle, bring this convention to a close. And again, for all the speakers, all the workers, all the volunteers, and for all those that carry the intent that they wanted this to be successful. It has happened. It is done. Miigwech, 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 and Spirit bless you. Miigwech.